Brian Gardner is Chief Washington Policy Strategist at Stifel. Sarah Bianchi is Chief Strategist for International Political Affairs and Public Policy at Evercore ISI. We'll let you both take a crack at it. Brian, what are they going to do with the revenues?
I think it's part of a broader restructuring of the U.S. economy. I think that's the goal. And I think when the administration and administration officials talked about increased revenues, I think people thought, oh, this is the money they collect at the border. No. It is part of a broader restructuring plan to reshore businesses here to the United States and have a large economic boom that is going to generate massive sums of tax revenue. And I'm not endorsing the plan, but I think people misinterpreted what they meant by revenue raisers from the get-go. And so they took their eye off the ball and thought, oh, this is more about negotiating. It's actually it's a more ambitious plan than people had originally thought.
So when Fred Kemp was on the other day and he said, you need to understand something, the president wants to reshape the global trade order, the global order. I mean, you think, yes, like that, this is what we're seeing play out. And the question again is, okay, so let's say they now raise some revenue. Tax Foundation says $280 billion. Other estimates are higher. What do they put that revenue towards? How do they offset what will be, higher prices for consumers in the near term?
So, I think part of it is, there's going to be a number of different rationales for what you do with that money. One is to offset the extension of the Trump tax cuts. The other is to pay down the debt. And I think that's how they see this more broadly. I think this restructuring is a way to get at the U.S. fiscal situation. So I think it's part of a broader plan to reorganize the fiscal situation in the United States, get debt and deficits under control without touching entitlements, because that's a third rail for them.
Right, and which he mentioned yesterday. He said, we are not touching he said Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And you see some of the Medicaid and healthcare names are actually up today, because this does change the nature of what we thought was going to happen with the budget bill just a month ago.
Correct. So this is just a more ambitious plan than I think investors had really thought about in right after the election and really into January and February. It's when we get into late February, when some of the rhetoric starts to come together, when the Secretary of Treasury starts talking about detox, then you can start to see the tea leaves that, no, this is not negotiating tactics. This is not addressing just unfair trade arrangements with other countries. This is a broader, more ambitious economic plan.
So, Sarah, let's bring you in on that with a couple more questions. Number one, we've seen some of the GOP in the Senate break with the president already this week. Would they ever potentially do the same in trying to undermine some of these tariffs? Could the courts play a role there? Or should we expect that they stick for now? And if so, how do you see that fallout affecting Washington and policy for the rest of the year?
Yes, certainly the Republicans are very, very nervous. I thought it was interesting that Senator Grassley introduced a bill today that Congress should have a role. I'm not sure they're ready to break with the president on this yet, but certainly we're getting signs that we have not seen very much so far in this administration because of their anxieties. There's also people who do think that this is an overreach of IEPA, of authority. I think you will see people pursuing that. I'm not sure that's really what's going to turn the tide here, but I think we should see the impact on the overall economy, inflation. I don't know that people should be counting all the deficit numbers quite yet. Let's see how long this stuff stays in place.
Yeah, Sarah, apologies for jumping in here. We actually are hearing from the president himself as he leaves for Mar-a-Lago. Take a listen.
Big golf tournament at Doral. I'm speaking tonight for charity, and then we'll be coming back here pretty quickly, but they're having a big event and a lot of charitable causes are involved, so we look forward to that. It's in Miami at Doral.
President Trump, the markets today are way down, the worst day in years because of the tariffs. So how's it going?
I think it's going very well. It was an operation, like when a patient gets operated on, and it's a big thing. I said this would exactly be the way it is. We have $6 or $7 trillion coming into our country, and we've never seen anything like it. The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom, and the rest of the world wants to see, is there any way they can make a deal? They've taken advantage of us for many, many years. For many years, we've been at the wrong side of the ball. And I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be unbelievable. The thing that people have to talk about, we're up almost to $7 trillion of investment coming into our country. And you'll see how it's going to turn out. Our country's going to boom.
The president making those comments as he departs the White House for Mar-a-Lago, saying the stock market is going to boom, the country is going to boom. Brian, of course, reporters were asking him questions about the market sell-off. Sarah Bianchi, I interrupted you. You can continue the thought, which was precisely about the politics of all of this.
Well, I think the politics are tough, but look, what you see the president saying here is that he's got a stomach for some of this. You know, I think one of the things investors maybe missed is, certainly last time he did watch the markets more. And I still think there's a bottom here where they may look to pivot out, but we are not there yet. And so right now, I think there will be more voices, whether it's on the Hill, some of these businesses, what countries do they look to retaliate? So there's a lot more uncertainty to come that will weigh on the markets and the economy. But this president, at least right now, is holding strong.